Hi, I'm Elise from Bella Barista and I'm here today to talk to you about espresso tools and accessories. As we go down the rabbit hole of researching for your perfect espresso setup, you inevitably end at tools and accessories. So today we're going to talk you through some of which we sell and the most popular accessories and tools that we have on our website and talk through whether you want them and what we think of them. So apart from your espresso machine, one of the most important bits of kit that you can have in your espresso setup would definitely be a home espresso grinder. So a burr grinder is preferable than any blade or cheaper grinders that you can get. And for espresso, you're looking for a nice flat burr because they're more geared towards making more chocolatey taste notes in your espresso. You're also looking for a stepless adjustment, and if you like single dosing, then one that has low retention and bellows is great, or a traditional hopper grinder. Aim to get one that has good functionality and also it has low retention. So next up, a pretty obvious tool that you'd need for making great espressos at home is fresh coffee. So you want to be looking for coffee that's at least 7 to 14 days after the roast date. So coffee that's sat on a supermarket shelf isn't the best. If you look for your local roasters, or like us, people that do a roast and post service and show you lots of detail on the packaging, i.e. taste notes, country of origin, process, is great to know because it means the roaster knows what they're talking about. So it's worth also noting that you don't have to spend a lot of money on your coffee to get great espressos at home. And the cheaper espresso blends that roasters sell are just as nice as a single origin. And it's all around your personal preference. So as long as you enjoy the taste of the coffee, that's the thing that matters the most. A good quality tamper can go a long way in helping improve your espresso extraction. So ideally one that is well fitting for your basket of choice, one that's a good weight and nice to hold, and calibrated tampers can be a great tool in making sure that it's consistent and repeatable. Scales have become increasingly important with home espresso setups. They're a great tool in keeping your espresso recipe consistent. They're great in making sure you don't have to eyeball 18 grams of ground coffee for 36 grams of espresso, or whatever ratios and recipe you're using. They come in lots and different shapes and sizes now, whether they're small and low profile or larger so you can fit a portafilter handle in them, or even now dosing cups that also weigh at the same time. It's just about finding the right scale for you. WDT tools, or distribution tools, have become extremely popular in the last 2 to 3 years. They come in lots of different shapes and sizes, whether they're wedge distribution tools or needle distribution tools, and they're all great aids in making sure you reduce the risk of channeling in your coffee. They aren't necessary if you have a good quality grinder, and there are other ways of making sure you distribute your coffee, either by using a dosing cup or even just by tapping the side of your portafilter handle. Another obvious one might sound stupid, but you always need a portafilter basket in your portafilter handle for your extraction. But a good quality basket can go a long way in improving your espresso extraction. VST and IMS and other competition brands are great ones as they're laser cut rather than punched out, so you get a much more even extraction. Naked and bottomless portafilter handles are a great tool in showing you where you're going wrong or where you're going right with your espresso extraction. They can show things like spraying, which shows you've got channeling, but they also are so cool in making you get the perfect Instagram espresso shot. Companies like La Marzocco and Profitec have now brought out modular portafilter handles where they can be bottomless and spouted with the aid of either silicone spouts or plastic spouts. This also increases the heat up time in your machines, but it also makes the portafilter handles much more versatile. If you're like me and you get told off for leaving a dirty workstation all the time, dosing funnels are a great tool in reducing ground mess on your countertop. So they work in making sure that the coffee is funneled directly into your portafilter handle from your grinder. Having an even tamp is really important in making sure that you have a good even extraction with your espresso. But getting an even tamp whilst using a spouted handle is quite difficult. So tamping stations have become very popular because of this. They cradle your portafilter handle perfectly in place to make sure that you get a really nice even tamp. Tamping mats are essential in making sure that you do not damage your worktop whilst you're tamping your coffee. They're a great tool in also adding on top of your scales as a measuring plate to put your portafilter handle on top. But most importantly, they're there to protect your worktop. Like I said before, making espressos at home is a notoriously messy process. So having a microfiber cloth and various brushes on hand is essential in making sure you keep your workstation nice and clean. Worth pointing out is that your group head cleaning brush, the back end is actually designed specifically to push your gasket back up inside your group head of your machine once you've cleaned it. For our milk-based coffee lovers out there, then having a good milk pitcher is essential in creating that beautiful velvety textured milk for a great latte art. Look out for a pinched spout so you can get that nice latte art, or one that fits nicely within your hand. Having a variety of different sizes is good for making sure that you get the right amount of milk for flat whites, macchiatos or lattes. We get a lot of questions on where to store your coffee, and we've found that one of the best places is in an airtight container. This reduces the amount of air getting to your coffee, and it reduces the risk of oxidization and keeps your coffee fresher for longer. So last but not least, we're talking about the knockout box. This is very important as the weight of your portafilter handles are a lot heavier than expected as they're commercial grade. And what they can start to do is really damage a bin when you knock your puck of coffee out. So having a knockout box or a drawer or something along those lines with a bar across the middle, just to be able to knock your portafilter handle against, to knock your puck of coffee out, is a great tool to have on your bar. We hope you've enjoyed our video on talking through some of the tools and accessories that you can add to your home espresso bar. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next Friday.